Well, so let's start with this tutorial. Okay, as I showed you before, okay, we have some options. We were like going to make some buildings, the helicopter, the moving thing, okay. And I was thinking, okay, I was remaking this thing again, okay, because I was trying to make something easier, okay. The way to make the buildings, okay. So let's start with this, okay, because as I showed you in the video, okay, in the video I was having like this game in portrait mode, but now I will work with landscape mode, okay, and I will add more buildings. But today we're going to work with something that I show you in other videos, okay, that it was how to use for each, okay. So this video, I guess it's going to be very useful if you haven't used for each, okay, to make some components. Well, so the first thing that we're going to start is like designing everything. So here we are. So let me make this thing bigger. Okay, so now let's use center and maybe center in here. Now the orientation for the screen, let's set it to landscape. Okay, so we have it to landscape, and then we are going to change also, maybe this is not very important, just the animation, closing, opening animation, background, it doesn't matter for now. And then we are going to go to layout, we are going to drag an horizontal arrangement, okay, and we are going to set this to field parent, and inside let's center everything in here, center, and now we're going to go to drawing and animation, and we're going to drag the canvas. Now for the canvas we are going to set everything to the same, field parent, and we're going to change the color of the background of the canvas, but not in this time. Now we're going to add, in this case, 8 sprites, and these are going to be for our buildings. So we're going to have 8 buildings, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we are going to add 7 buildings. So in this case it's not necessary to rename them, but if you want you can do it. And I guess these are the things that we need now. Of course we are going to need to import the images for the buildings. For the buildings I am using this. I will show you this. Basically I am using this simple square that is 64 times 64, okay, so this square, and I exported 8 different colors of these buildings, okay, so with some dark colors, okay, and that is just the idea for this, okay, so very simple, just some squares, okay, 64 times 64, I just exported them, and then I imported them into App Inventor, and I have them square, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so there are these images, okay, so if you want I can show you here. So if you check, these are my buildings, okay. Well, so now let's go to the blocks, okay. When you have imported your buildings, you can start working. Also for this tutorial, okay, I know that I am always asking you to go to my Patreon page and whatever, okay, but in this case, okay, for this tutorial I will share with you the images and all the sounds or the things that we are going to be using for this tutorial, okay. So the only thing that I'm not going to share is just the source file, but you will have all the files, okay, to work with this project. Well, now let's go here and let's start. In this tutorial we're going to work with some lists. As I told you, we're going to use for each, okay. So the first thing that we're going to create, let's start creating a list here. Let's make a list. Well, first the variable for the list, and let's call it building images, okay. So this is going to be a list with all the names of the PNG files or image files. As you remember, we have 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now just make sure the name you have. For example, I have square, square 2, square 3. Okay, so you write the name with the extension for the file, square PNG, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's copy and duplicate these ones with Ctrl C and V. Ctrl C, V, V, Ctrl V, Ctrl V, Ctrl V. And then we just rename this thing. Okay, Ctrl V, again Ctrl V, and we have another one. So now we are going to rename this, because I just renamed this to square 2, square 3, square 4, square 5, square 6, square 7, and square 8. Okay, so this is the first list that we are going to have. Now we're going to create an empty list now. Okay, so now we're going to go here and we're going to create an empty list, and we're going to call this list building sprites list. Okay, so this is a list with the sprites. Okay, these sprites, image sprite 1, image sprite 2, image sprite 3, and we are going to set it as an empty list. Why? Because it is not possible to add, in this case, for example, if you add the list and make a list and you want to add here the image sprite, it is not possible. Okay, so it will have throw an error. So that's why we need to set it as an empty list. And then you have different options like make a list or add items to the list. In this case, we're going to use add items to the list, but we're going to create this in a procedure, and we're going to call this procedure building or let's call it making buildings. Okay, so now the first thing that we're going to do in this making building thing, okay, let's use it to change the color of the background first. So we're going to use this. We're going to set the background of the canvas, the background color. We're going to set over here maybe something like green or something. Let's set it to 445, 200, and maybe 60. I don't know which color is this. Then we are going to change it using Inkscape. Okay, so but I guess for the moment it's like okay, so let's set it to 200. Let's increase this. Yes, I like that. Now we're going to add to this empty list, we're going to add the components from these sprites. Okay, we're going to make a list of sprites. Well, to do that, we're going to go to list, and then we're going to look for this block that it says add items to list. Which list? To the building sprites list. And we have to add in total 8 items, because these are 8 sprites that we had dragged to the canvas. 3, 4, 5, 6. This is something that I don't like. 7, 8. Now we're going to go to the one of the sprites, for example image sprite 1, and we're going to go to the bottom, okay, and we're going to drag this block that it says just the name image sprite. Then we're going to say, selecting this, Ctrl C, and then Ctrl V, Ctrl V, Ctrl V, Ctrl V, Ctrl V, Ctrl V, Ctrl V. Then we're going to put it over there, and then we're going to just change the name. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And when we load the screen, we want to have this list. Okay, now we have the list. Now it's time to work with these any components blocks. Okay, we're going to work with that, but first we're going to add, as I told you, for each. For each, if you haven't seen my video, please see the video. Okay, it runs the blocks in the do section for each item in the list. In which list? In the list of sprites. We are going to run several blocks. Okay, so check. The first thing that we are going to do, okay, it's we are going to set the image for all the sprites. The sprites, we haven't add any or set any image. Okay, we're going to do it with this, okay, because it's faster to do that. So we're going to set, okay, for each item, so let's rename item and let's call these two. For each sprite in the list, which list? The list that we have just added some elements. Okay, so for each sprite in this list, okay, we're going to add the image. Now we don't want to have any image that is repeated. Okay, so to do this, we're going to add here a simple condition, and we're going to set to write not, and then we are going to look for empty. Empty is list. So if the list is not empty, which list? Well, I mean the list of the images that it's called building images. We're going to drag this guy over here, and then we're going to go over here. So if the list get global building images, it is not empty. Okay, if this list is not empty, we're going to set, we are going to go to the bottom, and where you have any components, you are going to drag any sprite, and we're going to look for set image, or picture, I guess. Picture, yes, set picture sprite of component. We're going to drag the sprite, okay, component sprite to, and we're going to set here, hey, you know what, I want you to pick a random item from the list of images. So pick a random image from the building images. So it's going to drag one, okay, and it's going to assign one. But you know what, we don't want to have repetition. So when you take this one, for example, the first time, because this is like a loop, okay, the first time the loop is running, so maybe it takes purple. So now I want you to set purple to this current image, but then I want you to remove purple, okay, because I don't want it, I don't want you to use it anymore. Okay, so in this case we're going to use lists, and then we're going to go for remove list item. From which list? Well, from this list. Okay, so now tell me where which is the index of this thing. Well, so to get the index, we are going to say, hey, you know what, it's index in list thing. Okay, so tell me the index of this thing. Which thing? The current thing that we just have added. Okay, so in this case we're going to go to any image sprite again, and we're going to set this to image sprite picture. The thing is the image sprite picture of this component. And in which list? Okay, well, of course it is in the building image. It's going to look for this name. Okay, so basically that's what we have. So let's see what we have so far. We haven't placed anything. We just are going to add these images, and we're going to insert this procedure in the screen initialize, just for now. So let's see if this thing works, and we're gonna refresh the screen. So let's refresh the screen. Let's write something in here, 1, and we refresh the screen, and let's wait. Yes, if you check, we have the images, and all of them, or the sprites with different images, no repetitions. So now we are going well. Now we need to set the size. You know, we have eight of these squares or buildings, so we want to divide the canvas size by 8. Okay, So now let's do that, and to do that we are gonna go here and we're going to set image. There is another thing, but I guess later we will fix it. I will tell you what is that. So we go to any component again, any component, and we're going to go to any image sprite, and we're going to set the width for the images. I will tell you what, it's my problem right now. Okay, so well, I'm going to set this again. For component you set it is of component sprite, and we're going to set it to we're going to use math, and we're going to divide this, the canvas width, by 8. So it's going to divide this by 8. And now if we refresh the screen right now, we add something here. Let's use 2. We wait for screen to refresh. Sorry, my mistake. So we're going to set here canvas width, and then we're going to refresh the image sprite. Let me just remove this image. So you know what, we need to do it with this, because sometimes we have this kind of mistakes with App Inventor. So let's see that we are going to run the procedure manually. So we're going to do it, and let's see what happens. Clear error, because we have some mistakes. Okay, do it, and set image sprite width. Okay, for each sprite. You know what? This is my fault. Check this block, it is not inside for each. Okay, so you have to move this here. Watch out, guys, watch out. So let's do it again, and we have that. Okay, it has changed this, and it has like divided this by 8. Now what I was thinking while I was working with this, okay, right now, it is this canvas has to be a little bit bigger. Why? Because I want my chopper to go from here, so from this part of the canvas that not in the screen, to go here, disappear, but continue, and then disappear here and going here. So that's why I need to resize my canvas. Sorry for that. So in order to do that, we're gonna go here, and we have to make some adjustments, but I hope I can make them. So let's set the canvas. So let's set the canvas, and let's say that instead of having just the canvas of the side of the screen, let's have another screen, not another screen, but maybe canvas. We're going to multiply this, the size of the canvas, using the screen size. So we want it to be this times 1.5. So not the double, almost the double, but not the double of the screen. So it is just 1.5 screens. Okay, so basically that is the idea when I said it like this, because I need a big canvas. Okay, so that's why. So if my width of my screen, it is like, let's suppose that it's 560, so it will be in this case like 560 times 1.5, so 1/2 of the screen more. Okay, so well, basically that is the idea. So now we are going to have a problem when we try to place the things, but don't worry, I guess we could fix them. But right now, so remember, we have made the canvas bigger, so it is not visible because we just can see the screen, and one part of the canvas it is like hide. So let's refresh the screen just to set the big canvas that it's not possible to see, remember. So but if you check, some of the sprites move over here, So and that's why I just center everything. Okay, so I center this screen, center, and the horizontal arrangement that is holding this thing, this canvas, it is like center. Okay, so it's very important that you center everything. So now let's start now placing these guys. So let's see. Well, to place them, okay, let's first set. We have set the width. The width, it's okay. Now we need to set the size of the height. The height, it has to be variable. For that, we have to make another list. So let's have here another list. And this list, it's gonna have all the sizes for the buildings, okay? Building heights. So, and we're going to make a list with, we're gonna use just 4 values, 4 values, and we're going to use here, for example, 0.3, that I am planning to have this as the 30% of the height of the screen, 0.45, that it's like the 40%, 45%, and of course this is going to be 0.6, that is the 60% of the height of the screen, and finally the tallest building will have 75%. So I am making this list, remember, it's just with the heights, and for the heights, here we're gonna go to any component again, and we're going to set these to height, set image of the pictures of the height, and we're going to set them again. We duplicate this sprite because it's for component, and then we're going to make simple math, okay, times, to get the percentage based on a random item from the list. Pick a random item from the list. Which list? Well, the list that we just created with the values, global building heights, times the canvas height. We go for canvas, and then we go for canvas height. Height. That's it. And in that case, we will have different buildings placed based on that. So now we can refresh the screen, and we just wait a little bit. Okay, maybe some of them are not going to fit because they are going to be a little bit bigger. But if you check, we have some of these things. Now, the important thing, we need to place them now. Okay, so to place these buildings, we're going to go here to any component again. We're going to go to any sprite, image sprite, and we're going to go to call image sprite to move for component. We're going to set it in here, and again, you just use sprite, and for the x value, okay, for the x value, we're going to create a new variable. We're going to call this variable distance, and we're going to set this variable, okay, to at the beginning we're going to set it to 0. Okay, now remember, our canvas, it is 1.5 times the size of the screen. Okay, so now the first thing that we're going to do to this, it is set this to global distance. But if we set this, the x value, to global distance, that is 0, it will place it over here in the place that is not visible. So we need to think about this, okay, because the canvas is center, okay, and we have like 5, okay, so we need to know which part of the canvas it is not, where is the 0, or this is not the 0, but which part is this one, okay, so this in the x-axis. So well, to make that, okay, so maybe we can make some calculations or these things, okay, so we can divide the screen remember, if you center this, I'm gonna explain this in, I guess, in this guy. So if we go here, so let's think that this is my screen and my canvas. Let's duplicate this. My screen is smaller, my canvas is bigger, so this is the screen, this is the part that is visible. So now that's it. Okay, so we need to know if the 0 is in here. Well, we cannot see the building that is placed on 0 because it will be out of the screen. So we need to know which part is in here. Okay, so well, how to know how to do that, or how to know that? Well, maybe we can fix that, we can calculate that thing. Okay, because this part and this part, they have to be equal. Okay, so if you divide one screen, because remember it's one screen and a half. Okay, so if you have it like two screens, maybe you have one screen size and one screen size here. Okay, so 2 and 3, 4. So now the idea is that you have here, let's see, you have one screen over here and the other one is the half. So maybe it is half the screen. Okay, half the screen divided by 2. So in this case it is like the 50% divided by 2, or it is maybe like, if I am not wrong, maybe it's the 25% of the screen. So let's see what happens. Okay, so let's place this guy, plus, let's use here a plus, 25 of the screen. And I will, you know what, I will do this in the first, when we load the screen here. Before we do these calculations, I want to make this one. I want to set the global distance plus, okay, and then we're going to use the canvas width, and maybe it is like 25% times, sorry, I'm not sure about this one, sorry, because 25, 0.25, sorry, and that's it. So we want to calculate this, and we are going to say that canvas, it is in that. Okay, and maybe it would work. Okay, so now this is the original value now for distance plus 25%. Now for the first one, I want to set it to this, to distance. So call image, move the X to distance. Okay, and canvas Y, we're going to set it to the height of the canvas. Okay, so to the bottom, height, and that's it. Now when you pass the first cycle, I want to increase the global distance value. Now the global distance value plus the global distance value, okay, we're going to increase this value by the width of all these images. That the width, it is the one that we just calculating here from this value. Okay, so to do that, we're going to go here to any sprite, and then we're going to go to the value of the current, or the last value of the component or the building, and we're going to set it to sprite, duplicate, and hopefully this would work. Maybe we need to fix something. Okay, so but please be patient, this is going to save you a lot of time. Let's wait for it. And it is almost, if you check, this is starting from here, so maybe I didn't place it very well, maybe my calculation was wrong. So maybe it is not 25%, so I guess it has to be 50%. So well, I'm back. Okay, I was trying to see what the mistake was, and well, I couldn't find any solution. Well, I found one. Okay, and I will explain you. Okay, well, if you check here, let me just move this friend that it was helping me. Well, I was trying to make this just by one thing, okay, and I will show you what I did after trying many things. Okay, I spent a lot of time. Okay, well, the first thing that I did, okay, well, as I show you, I insert this canvas in this horizontal arrangement that is center. Hello, center. So also the screen it is in set, and then the canvas. I set the size of the canvas here in the designer. So for the height, 320 pixels. Okay, so it was for the height because remember we are in landscape mode. And for the width, okay, one screen it is equals to 569 pixels. So I just multiplied this by 3 and it was like 1138 pixels. So I did it like that, and then so I removed the blocks that were resizing everything inside the blocks. So I just resized the canvas using designer. Then I went here, and as I told you here, I was with his part when I assigned the buildings, the images, and then I just set this. Okay, set the image sprite width, the size divided by 8 screens. Okay, so say a size of 8, and then I went to this one. Okay, the height also, random height. Okay, from the list of heights that we created, and this was the one that I changed. Well, that now works doing this thing the way I did it, because if not I get a mistake. I don't know why. I'm sorry for this, but I don't know why we are receiving this message. So I just use designer to set the values, and well, I could fix this thing. So I just set to move the sprites, all the sprites, okay, to first to the global distance. The global distance was the 25%, because remember it was like 2 times the screen, so it was the 25%. And then I just set it here. The initial it was here, and then the other ones were like plus this value, plus this value, plus this value, so they were moving like right. Okay, so that was automatically done. And then well, I have here this, just I was like trying, testing and these things, so I can remove this block that is not necessary, and at the end I will again fill the list, because the list got empty when I was like setting the images. Okay, so and we are going to need it later, because if we want to start the game again. So basically that is the idea. So sometimes things are not working like they should, but well, we could find, if you have something similar, a mistake similar, well, you can try that. Okay, so I just set the values in here, and if you check now, we are like creating these buildings automatically. Okay, so now maybe we can add the helicopter. Okay, just really fast, and then we continue for the next tutorial with more things. Okay, so for the helicopter, we're gonna go here and we're going to add an extra sprite, and we're going to rename this sprite as helicopter, heli bomber. I like that name. Now a heli bomber, and we're going to assign to this friend heli bomber. You know what? This is your image picture. I just import this. Okay, also remember, I will share these files of images if you want to try them, okay, with you. Just check the description of the video, and please don't forget to give me a like at least, okay, or share the video with your friends. So well, I have the helicopter over there, and we just have to place the helicopter. So instead of using the making buildings procedure, we're going to create just one for the helicopter. So let's call it heli start. So we are going to start the starting position for the helicopter, the heli bomber, would be like in X, and also the size. We can set the size. So let me check if heli it is in here. Let me move it a little bit just to see the size of this helicopter. I guess it looks okay. For me it looks okay at this size. Okay, and maybe then we can check in other devices, but so far I like it. So now for the position in Y first, let's set it at the top. Okay, so let's set it at 0. The Y position at 0. And for the X, so for the X I want to have this guy more or less from here. Okay, so maybe I want to have this guy at, I don't know, 75% of the screen. Okay, so to do that we're going to go here to screen, and then we're going to take the screen width. So maybe at 75. Well, not from the screen actually, it is from the canvas. So let's check the width of the canvas on times 75, 0.75, just to get the 75% of the canvas. 0.75. So we set it in here, and then we insert this procedure when we load the screen. So we can set it over here, and hopefully the heli bomber will be placed. So let's set it here, maybe, or maybe not. Yeah, it is there. But it's too far, so why not we set it at 60% of the canvas. So let's do it. I guess that's quite okay. Let's do this guy, and if you check, it is over this part of the screen. I guess not. It's not a big problem. Okay, maybe then we can just remove that part. Ensure title visible. Well, maybe we don't need a title, but that's okay. So almost. So maybe not at 0, but we can set it at 1% of the height of the screen. Okay, so maybe here canvas height and 0.01%, and then let's see what happened. No, 0.05%. Do it. Yes, we can see chopper over there, 0.045, so 4.5%. I guess that's okay. Yeah, looks okay. So for starting point, and maybe 0.65, maybe less or more, I mean 0.68. So we do this. 70%, it was okay. 70%. So we start over there. So let's set it to 70. 2%, just to see just the nose of the chopper, and this is the starting position for chopper or for helicopter. And now to move a helicopter, well, we just can set speed. Okay, so we can set a speed for the helicopter, and with that thing we will be like done. Okay, so maybe we can just set a heli and set speed. Okay, set speed to 5, well, to 10. So let's say, oh sorry, to 10. That's it. We're going to activate this one when we touch the screen once. Okay, well, to do that, or the canvas, so we're going to draw here touch, and then heli bomber. Okay, the speed, but let's create a variable just to control this. Okay, so let's call it power, so that if it's on or if it's off. So maybe we can set it to true or false. We can use on and off, or this true or false stuff. Well, now when we touch, okay, the screen, we have to detect if if the screen or the power or the game is in off. So if the power of the game is in off or false, well, we are going to set the power to on or to true. And we are going to set heli bomber speed to 10. Okay, now if we press it right now, maybe it's going to go to the other part of the canvas, because it's going in another direction. Yeah, so we need to change the heading. So maybe the heading of heli has to be not 0, but probably, I'm not sure if it's 180. So let's see if this is the value, and let's wait just for this to refresh. Oh, yes, but please don't rotate, my friend. So if we press, now we have this thing. Okay, now it's going to this part, and it's going to the end of the screen, and nothing happens. Okay, well, also we can add here something to make it look better. So just the interval, so you can set it to 96 or to 48. So let's set it just to 48. And well, we have there. And now what I want is that when I start like moving, okay, when heli starts moving, okay, so I just want to check if I get to the edge. Okay, so to the edge of the canvas. So let's see if we get that thing. It is possible. Remember, edge, we have some values from edge. Okay, so we start like north is 1, and then we go south is -1. Okay, southwest is -2, and west, that is the one that I am interested in, is -3. Okay, so we need to add a simple if condition, and we're going to add this if equals to -3. Okay, so that it's going in this edge. Okay, so if the edge is equals to -3, you know what, I want to set the position now to the size of the canvas. Okay, so to the right, so that is width of the canvas. So its position of heli bomber has to be in X position, has to be in canvas width. So let's see if this is happening. Okay, So we have here our beautiful helicopter. Then hopefully, yes, it is happening. And then it's going over there, going over there, going over there. Maybe it's going so far over there, and it's like disappearing, but that is the part that makes the game a little bit tricky. So, and also we want, when we get to this edge, we want to go down little by little. Okay, so we want to modify it. Let's duplicate this one, the X position, the Y position. So we want to modify this thing. We have to increase this value. So we go here, and then we're going to increase this value. The current position in Y, the current position in Y, Y, and we are going to increase this just by 5% or 10%. I'm not sure. So let's go for canvas and let's take width. Well, I mean height. Let's multiply this. Let's multiply this times 0.10. Now I guess 15. That would be perfect, or maybe too much, but. So let's see what happens. Okay, so now let's reset everything. Here let's refresh the screen. Let's refresh the screen, and let's wait for this to load real quick. And let's see if this is going down. And yes, it's going down little by little, but in that case it will be like that. Okay, and it's going down little by little by little. Well, I guess that's all for today, because we need to add now these procedures to make collisions, detect collisions, to add explosion, and that's it. But I guess for today it is enough. I had a hard time, believe me, when I was trying to make this thing with the procedure at the beginning. So I don't know why, but it just worked with that in that way, just setting the values in the designer. So I recommend that if you have sometimes problems like that, okay, so just try to make or use the designer values. Okay, well, my name is Eduardo. Thanks for watching this. Okay, check the description for the files that you need for this tutorial. Okay, and I hope I can make the part number 2 very soon. Okay, so please stay tuned for this. Okay, and also check the this thing in YouTube. Okay, this little bell. Okay, make sure you have it, check it. Okay, to just to know when I am uploading a new video. Okay, well, so that's it, and that is the thing, and I guess that's all for today. I guess App Inventor, it is tired too. Okay, yes, it's like that. So I will see you next time. Please share this video with your friends.